everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's RG3's Browns going up against Osweiler's Texans. With that, we're up to NRG Stadium in Houston as we say hello to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. 6 yards to go here on second down. Throwing, Osweiler. And he rifles one incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And they're going to have a third down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Now it's Osweiler toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Here we go. Green. Hey, alert three. Back to that Philly. Here we go.
Second and 10. It's Osweiler again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
first carry now. This is Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And here's the first NFL catch for Corey Coleman. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd down, Griffin. Complete here to Gary Barnidge. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now 3rd down, less than a yard. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Griffin. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Griffin. Going underneath for Crowell. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Griffin on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bernardrick McKinney in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Dancing to his left. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. It's Griffin. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And now out comes Houston. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Osweiler, Hopkins on the grab over the middle. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Second and 10 now. Osweiler completes this one to Cecil Shorts. Touchdown, Houston. Cecil Shorts, 62 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score. I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. On the return, here's Justin Gilbert. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Well, we got a little lull here in the action. Week 3 of the preseason. I know you and I were talking about the Cincinnati-Jacksonville game. What'd you take away from that?
Well, let's look at Cincinnati first. They went on the road, and all we've talked about in the offseason was how they blew the Pittsburgh playoff game, and would there be a residual effect on this team?
So
far, it doesn't look like it. They look pretty good. Looks like Marvin Lewis and crew have put that behind them. Let's move ahead to Jacksonville, though. They've been kind of the darlings of the offseason, haven't they? A great draft, great free agency. Many people think they can make a move in the AFC South. They didn't look like it in week 3 of the preseason, but they have plenty of talent there. I expect them to get better once the regular season kicks off. And guess what? They open up with Green Bay at home.
A chance to prove themselves early. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yep.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Cuts back, left sideline. There goes Duke Johnson. A big run there by Johnson. 49 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Griffin, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. RG3 punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Miller, the lone setback, and he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Osweiler. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So, Charles, when we got a quick breather here, wanted to ask you, as we get to the end of preseason, cuts are happening fast.
Yeah.
These front offices, you've told me, they are watching closely to see if someone's cut, where can they add to their roster, right?
Exactly. It's similar to the draft where they have a ready list of players that they aren't sure are going to get drafted, but they really liked and want to sign as a priority free agent. They do the same thing during this time of year. They sit in meetings. Different scouts are assigned to different teams, and they've compiled a list of players they think fit their team. And if they get cut by those other teams, they want to be able to pounce and go get that guy to add him to their roster once the cuts are done.
On 3rd down, Griffin, screen play, Johnson. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. It worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Barnage. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Griffin to throw, and it is incomplete. All right, Charles, let's switch gears to preseason injuries, always a hot topic. Look at the Chargers, 2 Achilles injuries out for the season, both their tight end Jeff Cumberland and Brandon Oliver as well.
2 key players for them, and Brandon Oliver, I mean, he's a little rock when he runs the football, and they're going to miss him both running it and in special teams. And don't forget Benjamin Watson, who went to the Ravens this year, one of the better pickups for them. He's out for the season after an Achilles. I'm not a doctor. I can't play one, but I have heard doctors say the guys are getting bigger, stronger, faster. The Achilles is really bearing up some pressure now.
Just need you to be careful on the stepmaster at the hotel, okay? We don't need you going down with an Achilles injury.
I agree totally. I'll do my best.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it's good enough for a Cleveland 1st down. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, Griffin. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is RG3. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Browns a first down.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From midfield now, here's Griffin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third and long. It's Griffin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
In my book, that's running the ball well but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. He only needed a few inches. He didn't even get that. And this Texans defense stands tall. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now it's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they're going to speed things up here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now.
After the penalty, it's Miller. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He finds his target, Fuller. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Again, Osweiler. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd and goal, Osweiler. That's caught at the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their big tight end. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. Back now at the home of Super Bowl 51, NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. Novak out now to kick this one away. Here comes Gilbert. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the gun on third down, Griffin. And that is incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Mumphrey. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down following the run.
Here we go. 3-19.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Now Osweiler under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Paul Kruger coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That's pulled in at the 32. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is Crowell, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Griffin. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
Now Griffin, and this is going to be incomplete. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Here we go, it's Griffin on 4th down. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson in the final minute. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Texans a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. So many practices we've watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Well, they've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe you try to run a play.
And if you do it as safe as possible. And I think maybe even quarterback sneak. Take care of the football and make sure that clock starts to run before they call the timeout.
We'll see what they do. They begin with a run by Miller. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it again with Miller. Room here to run. And he's brought down. I'll tell you what, partner, you learn a lot in every game. But when you win a close one, maybe you get to determine a little bit more about the guts of your team if you're the head coach.
It gives you much more than a snapshot now, doesn't it? You get to see the full picture of who your team is, and especially individuals, and how they handle pressure situations.
And then moving forward, you have the confidence that late in a close game, hey, we've been here before. We've done this. We've won this game.
There's a comfort zone that exists now. So instead of them pressing in those situations, now there's an air of confidence and calm, and then you just watch them go out and execute.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.